Welcome to the Cosmic Download for October 2019. I'm Anna Francesca Celestino. I'm an intuitive and a life coach, and I'm here to help you stay in the flow by being in the know. So stick with me. I'm going to tell you all about the energy for this month. The first feeling that I got when I tapped into the energy for October was melancholy. And that's something that we're going to feel at the beginning of the month, and maybe you started feeling it toward the end of September. And basically it's a sadness that's coming in, but it's not going to last very long. It's going to be intense, but it's not going to last very long. But I think it's important for you to know that it's coming or that it's here so that you're not, wondering what the heck is going on. So I always feel like the emotions are messengers to us, and this melancholy that we're feeling, I actually think is hearkening to some good news, which is that we're actually beginning to feel the loss of the old patterns that we're feeling or that we're letting go. So that's a great thing. We're letting go of things. There's some evidence about it because we're feeling a little bit of sadness at the loss of it, and that's great. We're ready to let that go. So always with intense emotions like that, we want to just recognize that they're there. We don't want to latch on to them or try and figure out what they're all about. We just want to let them kind of move through, just like open the floodgates and let them move through. And maybe there'll be a couple days of intensity, but it's not going to last very long. And then once we get to the other side of that, I felt like singing an Annie song, a song from the play Annie. It's like the sun will come out tomorrow. We're going to start to feel so much better. There's going to be a big shift in the energy, probably around the 5th or 6th of the month. And basically what you're going to start feeling is, or recognizing is, that something has changed. Now, always at the beginning of a cycle, when something new is coming in, there may not be a ton of physical evidence around it, but you're going to start to notice that things are just different. They're not the way that they used to be. You're not responding to things in the way that you used to. And so that's really great. And we have to be patient and wait for them to materialize, but I think there's going to be lots and lots of evidence that it's not business as usual. There is something changing, something moving forward, something going on. So yay for that. Okay, and the other thing that I think the bigger piece behind this, I'm here to talk about our evolution as humanity, as a collective. And I think the bigger energy that's moving behind this is that we've sort of tipped the scales. I think before, what we've been experiencing is a lot of darkness. Clearly, there's been a lot of darkness going on. I've talked before about the eclipse that happened a couple years ago through the United States that kind of opened up the old wounds, let things come out of shadow, the darkness to come out of shadow and come into the light. And it looked really scary for a while. It looked like, oh my gosh. And there may be more of that to come, because we certainly haven't emptied the coffers of all the darkness that's there. But what I think has started to shift is our collective value system. I think that there's more light than darkness. There's more desire for us to be kind and good. And in a way, we can thank the darkness for that, because it sort of woke people up. It shook us a little bit to say, you can't just be complacent about things. You have to participate. You have to cast your vote for goodness. And so I think a lot of people have been doing that. It's certainly caused us to wake up. And now I think collectively our values are shifting. And so we're going to see more positive response to things. There's actually going to be a collective positive response. And so that's also a really positive thing that's happening for us. And you're going to see that in your own life as well. I think that the world is beginning to value the kinds of gifts that you have to share. And so with this new cycle that we're coming into, things that may have held you back from contributing what you have to offer, there's going to be, I think you're going to feel a renewed sense of desire to bring your gifts, to share the beauty of what you have to offer into the world. And we all need to bring our piece, right? So that we can create a more beautiful, a more healthy, sustainable world. And so that's what's happening underneath the surface. Lots of changes, going on. And again, I think it's going to be an opportunity for us to really come forward into the truth of who we are. Can you picture what that'll look like when we're all really applying ourselves to that cause? So I think that's it for this month. A couple things that you can do. We've got a cycle that's ending and a cycle that's beginning. So what I would say is, for the cycle that's ending, if you have a metal bowl, I would write down all the things that you're wanting to let go of, ways maybe that you've been, things that you've done, people in your life that are no longer matching the reality of who you want to be. So you want to write all those things down, and then you can put a candle in your metal bowl. We want to, of course, do this very safe, and light those pieces of paper and let them burn away. So that's a simple ceremony that you can do for the passing. And then for what's coming forward, what I would say is then take new pieces of paper, write down the things that you want to come into your life. What beauty do you want? What support do you want? What gifts do you want to bring? Write those things down on a piece of paper, and then get some sort of beautiful bowl or a container that has some special meaning to you, and put those in there so that every time you look at it, you're reminded of the things that are coming, the things that you want to bring. So that's it for October. I hope you have a great month. Happy Halloween. By the time you get there, we'll be just ready to jump into November, and I'll bring you the news of what's coming in then. So I hope, again, you have a great month, and I'll see you in November.